What is up, guys? It's your boy Kicked to Orbit Cacus, and today, oh my goodness, Destiny 2 is not in a good place. And it hasn't been for about a week or so. The game has been nigh unplayable, and for a lot of players, for a lot of times, it has been literally unplayable over this week-long span. So, what the heck is going on? Well, the story about what is happening and how this all happened is pretty fascinating. So let's go over it. I guess you would have to start with the infamous weapon crafting glitch. This happened, I think, last week or so. It seems like mythical times past, but it happened pretty recently, where you could combine the traits of different weapons to create uber weapons, infinite ammo grenade launchers by putting mulligan on them, shotgun auto rifles, all this crazy stuff. Bungie started to go in and fix this by disabling intrinsic weapon perks mid-game. All this craziness was going on, and the servers started to collapse. Now, players obviously assumed that it was because 6 players are all shooting fully automatic shotgun grenade launchers with infinite ammo, and then Bungie's going in and messing with the game code to try to fix them, and so obviously the servers would take a hit. But in the plot twist of the century, Bungie came out and tweeted this, that the server instability was not actually caused by the glitched weapons or the fixes going on, but rather Bungie was the victim of a DDoS attack. Now, this caused a lot of controversy. Honestly, people, said they didn't believe this. I believe Bungie because they have not really used this as an excuse many times before, and also there's actually evidence of DDoS attacks happening, and we're going to go over that later in this video. But again, a pretty crazy situation. The thing is, once this tweet happened and these server issues started to occur earlier in the week, they didn't let up. Things just got worse and worse and worse. In fact, here are some of the craziest examples. So as you can see right here, Destiny Bulletin tweeted out earlier today, both PvP and PvE were broken for a brief period in Destiny 2, with enemies in PvE completely unresponsive, doors in activities not opening, and rounds in trials always resulting in a tie. And they actually provided this video that you can see right here. Again, the enemies in PvE are not reacting to you shooting them in the face. They just keep walking around like normal, like hilarious. Imagine you're playing the game. Imagine you're doing a harder activity like the new Master Difficulty Crota's End raid that just released. You can see that in the background gameplay as well of this video. And then this starts happening. What the actual heck? So, in addition to that, obviously we have trials this weekend, and this is a funny situation because trials last weekend was mired by the weapon crafting glitch. People in trials were going around with shotgun ammets and crazy grenade launchers and just all this stuff, and so trials this weekend, Bungie actually did a refresh. It was the same map and the same weapon reward, I believe, as the weekend with the weapon crafting glitch. So this weekend was supposed to be like, sorry for the glitches, let's have a normal weekend of trials, and well, this clip from Frostbolt pretty much explains everything.
Am I solo?
Your life is precious here.
What?
Be careful.
What? What? Are you f***ing kidding me right now? No, 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 no. ¿Pero por qué? ¿Cómo dices eso, pues? ¿Qué chingaderas es eso? What? I f***ing just shot on them. And oh! Really? Are you serious?
So yeah, my man Frostbolt is just trying to play some trials. His teammates get kicked out of the game. He's the only one in there, loses for some reason automatically, even though he kills the other people on the enemy team. They had lost a player too, by the way, and then he's just kicked to orbit with an error code. An absolute comedy of errors all occurring within this 40-second clip. However, that pretty much summarizes the experience of players during trials this this weekend. Pretty much any activity you did was mired with being kicked to orbit, error codes, lag, all of this stuff. In fact, for myself personally, I was trying to do the Master Crota's End raid, and on the final boss Crota, every single time we would get to a damage phase, we'd get kicked to orbit. So we just had to stop. Like, it was absolutely crazy how bad these server issues were. And again, this all stems from, according to Bungie themselves, DDoS attacks. So, as I said earlier in the video, there's actually evidence of this happening. Now, in Paul Tassie's article on the situation, Destiny 2 has been unplayable for a week due to DDoS attacks. Probably going to name this video something similar because that's literally what's happening. He provides two really interesting charts that really give an insight into what is going on, and they're simply the charts of the Steam player population. So first of all, this is what Destiny 2's player population has looked like over the past week or so. So as you can see right here, it is completely sporadic. You can see that it drops down to almost nothing, climbs right back up. It has these extremely steep drops and climbs, and it's just random essentially, and that is due to random error codes happening throughout the week. Like, the player population is climbing and then an error code starts to hit. You know, you saw the clip where the enemies are all non-responsive and everyone gets dropped from the game. The player population crashes. And then you have a low player population, suddenly the servers are back up, and you have these sharp inclines as well. And to really put into perspective just how bad things are in Destiny 2, compare that player population chart with a game that's running completely smoothly, Apex Legends, over the same time frame. You can see an actual pattern, right? People log on, people get off of work, you have the player population increase to a height, then nighttime comes, everyone goes to bed, the same cycle continues every single day. Like, literally, what an unbelievable difference between the completely sporadic Destiny 2 player population with all these server issues and a game, Apex Legends, that's running just fine. This is what you would expect within Destiny 2 as well normally. In fact, things have gotten so bad within Destiny 2 that players have resorted to just streaming the results of the DDoS attacks. Here's a tweet by Leopard Stealth talking about the situation and then saying that someone's just streaming the attacks. And here they are monitoring the situation, saying that, you know, you have red equals errors, green is activities, and then a dip in activities green followed by a spike or a surge in green equals an attack. And you can actually see like spikes happening. You can see the DDoS attacks actually happening, and then everyone will just get booted from the game. Absolutely wild situation. And this whole thing is just honestly really unfortunate because a lot of people view the weapon crafting glitch weekend and Bungie's response very positively. Bungie kind of just said, hey, have at it, go wild, you know, complete activities for a weekend. We're going to look back on this and remember the crazy times, and we'll try to fix it when we can. And so the fact that that was marred by this third-party malicious force attacking Bungie, and now we've had all these error codes, you know, crazy that the weapon glitch didn't take Destiny offline, it had to be DDoSers. Now we can't enjoy some of the content in the game. And that does include, as I talked about earlier, the Master Difficulty Crota's End raid, but it also includes the launch of Checkmate. So as you can see here, we have two PvP streamers here talking about how much they enjoyed Checkmate, and it's a modifier to PvP that's in the Crucible Labs, I believe, and it makes a lot of adjustments to ability recharge rate and so on to make the game more about gun skill and getting kills with actual guns. And that's something that a lot of PvP players have been asking about for a long time. So, you know, on my Twitter feed and stuff like that, like, people have been very positive for Checkmate. People have been very positive overall for the fact that Bungie was, you know, redoing the Trials weekend and the loot and stuff like that. But they can't even play the darn game. They can't even enjoy these features they would have otherwise been really enjoying because the servers have been so outrageously unstable. Not to mention, the response from Bungie has not been great. I've said this before, I don't know who's running the PR department over there, but whoever is has absolutely no idea how to handle these type of situations. All it takes is a couple of tweets saying, hey guys, we're still being DDoSed, we are so sorry for the situation, we are working as hard as we can to solve this, and when we do catch this person, our lawyers are gonna go buck wild on him, right? Something like that. And by the way, Bungie's lawyers have been used many times in the past to go after cheat makers and so on, so I would imagine potentially if they do find the person doing the DDoSing, yeah, expect a knock on your door and maybe a subpoena as well. So that's what they should be doing. What they're actually doing is just releasing their scheduled tweets like normal, and the only tweet actually mentioning the DDoS attacks is the one I showed way earlier in the video when it first started happening. So as you can see right here, like they tweet out, our latest edition of Trials is nearly concluded. Paul Tasser retweeting them going like, you should unschedule these. Like, people cannot play Trials. You saw the clip with Frostbolt. Like, what are you doing saying, grab your passage and go to the lighthouse? How, bro? I get kicked to orbit every other game. In fact, I'm not even kidding. As I'm editing this video, they tweet this scheduled tweet saying, pull no punches, Guardian. Let's see some of your best clips from this last weekend's Trials of Osiris. As you can imagine, everyone is just reposting the Frostbolt clip and then all these other clips of all these error codes happening. Like, Bungie, baby, what is you doing? Like, what the heck are they thinking continuing with these scheduled tweets? Like, obviously, people are not gonna respond positively to Bungie acting like everything's running smoothly because it's so obviously not. And again, the thing is, it's not Bungie's fault. Like, we're all kind of going, wow, this is really unfortunate that Bungie's getting DDoS. Like, this sucks here. But again, Bungie's response has been horrific, as it too often is, and they could really be handling the situation better in my opinion. So that is what's going on, and honestly, there is not really an end in sight. In fact, just today, as you can see right here, another issue emerged where people's two-factor authentication wasn't working. Like, who knows how long this is going to go for? Again, Bungie has not provided any substantial updates on the DDoS attacks, and presumably the person doing the DDoSing can go as long as they want. Unfortunately, there's not really, an overall fix to a DDoS attack. Like, you can't just necessarily improve the servers in a way that would prevent a DDoS attack from happening. So, like, what can we do, and how long is this gonna go on? That's the question. Thankfully, this is happening kind of in the middle of the season where there's not too much craziness happening. Could you imagine if this happened at the launch of Season of the Witch? That would be catastrophic. So hopefully this situation can all be resolved in the near future, and then, leading up to the Festival of the Lost, we're back to everything running smoothly. In any event, guys, that's what's been going on. That's the craziness. Hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCactus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.